very good morning to you, my viewers. I hope this 7th of November 2024 has gotten you in a good spirit, in a good space, in a good mental mind. I hope you're blessed of the Lord, and if you're feeling otherwise, please go ahead and proclaim it to yourself. I am your host, Wairimu Gashoya, and on today's program, we are having a lineup of amazing activities to do. We are having the morning devotion, then on our second segment, we will go to our inspiration video, and finally we will have our third segment where we will be speaking about everything to do with health and wellness. Now, yesterday as we were talking, we went through the devotion of the fig tree. We were speaking concerning the fig tree, and we got to learn that in the process when Jesus was walking and saw the fig tree, he saw the tree had leaves but did not have fruits in it. And in the same manner, we rather made it look like we Christians too. And we got to understand when God cast on it, he cast on it basically because it did not have fruits. So in it not having fruits, then it did not benefit the people that were around it. So the same way as Christians, we were challenged to every day walk with the knowledge of the fruits of the Holy Spirit upon our lives. We were supposed to have the love, the patience, the kindness, the gentleness, the self-control, the goodness, because God desires us, you and I, to become gracious enough to give it to the people that surrounds us, so that when he comes, he will say, "Come in, you faithful and wonderful servant." Today on our devotion, on our morning devotion, we are talking about God going before me. And that I personalize because I desire God to go before me. You can also mention your name as we go about. That God go before Lydia, God go before Abraham, because we are talking about God going before you and I. And to start us off is the book of Isaiah 45 verse 2, where the Bible says, "I will go before you, and I will level the mountains. I will break down gates of bronze and cut through bars of irons." That is God reminding us that he is so strong enough to go before us. So in our daily activities, in our day-to-day programmings of the projects that we are going to do, remember that God is going before you and I, that he's going ahead of you to level the mountains. And peradventure, sometimes you may just look at it from the mountain by itself. But in life, we have different mountains in life. We have the financial mountain. We have the media mountain. We have every other type of mountain. God is telling you there is that mountain that has hindered you from accessing the other side of your life, the other side of your potential, the other side of the activities that you desire to do in your life. God is telling you that I will go before you. You just go ahead and trust on me that I will go before you. I will level the mountains. There's a song that says, "Itayafanya milima tambarare." That is what God is reminding us this morning, that he will go and make all the crooked path straight for you and me. He's going ahead to cut through, he's saying to break down the gates of bronze. So those things that have been seeming to be so difficult in your life, those things that have been seeming to be so unimaginable in your life, those are the bronzes in our lives. Those are the bronzes that God is promising this beautiful morning, that I will go ahead and break them down for you. In Exodus 13:11, where God tells the children of Israel that he will lead them by the pillar of cloud to guide them on their way. So peradventure you feel like, already I am in this situation. God is letting us know that he will send guide for you and me. I'm already, you're there saying, Wairimu, I've already sunk in deep in this mess. Do you still think that God will go ahead of me? Because already I am in it. I am here to remind you. No, he's saying, even when you're there, I will guide you. Like he did the children of Israel, where God told the children of Israel that he will guide them with a pillar of cloud on their way, and during the night, he will guide them with a pillar of fire. So, you're there, and you're still feeling, it can't happen. Just remember the story of the children of Israel and their travel, their journey. God guided them. God led them out. So keep your eyes fixated on God. Keep your faith fixated on God. Do not get weary. Do not give away your faith, because he is there during the day with the pillar of cloud, during the night with the pillar of fire, for the glory of his name. Sorry, as we are going to think about it also, God is still choosing to help us with his hand. He's choosing to hold us steadfast by his righteousness. He's choosing to go before us even in the battles of our life. He's choosing to fight for us in the things that we know we are fighting and those that we do not know we are fighting. God is doing it for us. He is leading us. He is guiding us. He says, like the good shepherd knows his sheep, so he knows you and me. He knows the desires of our hearts. He knows where we are at. And you see, the Bible says that he can never tempt you beyond your capacity. So this morning, I'm here to encourage you with the word of God. I'm here to remind you that God is going ahead of us. God is leading us. God is shielding us. God is walking with us in every situation. In the marketplace, remind yourself this over and over and over again, that God is going to go with us. In the spaces of your offices and your areas of preference, God is leading us. The work that you and I have in this life is to trust on God, to tell him, take lead, take charge, because I believe you created me for a reason. You created me for a purpose, and that purpose are not going to be thwarted. The promises of God, the purposes of God are not going to be thwarted, because he will see our projects, our activities, our lives to the completion, to the glory of his name. So this morning, let us understand. Are you purposing this day to allow God to go ahead of you, to lead you? Do you believe in him enough to guide you, to protect you, to shoulder you? You know, there are times you get to a season and all you need is someone to give you a shoulder to lean on. God is there for you and me, that we should lean on him, that we should trust on him, that we should have faith. Again, we're reminded the book of James, where we are told that faith without action is dead. So even in your tribulations, have the faith that you know what, in this particular space, in this life, in this time, God is shielding me. God is showing me his way. God is going before me, and he will never leave me. He will never forsake me. He will never let me down. When you have this affirmation, you keep on prophesying to yourself that you know what, in this beautiful morning, God will not leave me. God will not forsake me. God will never leave me. God will go before me. He will lead me. He will guide me. He will hold me steadfast. And for that sake, I will not be afraid. I will not be afraid. I will not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31:88. I will not be afraid. I will not be discouraged, for the Lord our God will be with me. He will lead me. He will guide me. Be like Joshua who says, for the Lord your God will be with me wherever I go. Wherever I go, He will hold me. He will guide me wherever I go. He will lead me to the right path. He will guide me to the places that He desires me to walk on. And even though the waters look tainted, He still promises that He is going to go with me. He's going to shield me from any danger. So square up your shoulder, my brothers and sisters. Lead your chin high, because the strength of our God, the strength of our Lord Jesus is at work in us, is holding us steadfast, is leading us into the path that are for His own glory, is for His own grace, is for His own purposes. Because again, like we've said, His promises will never be thwarted in us. His purposes concerning our lives, if there's one thing that we should ride on so highly, is the fact that God's promises are not going to be thwarted upon me. Yes, I may seem like I am going round. Yes, I may seem like I am getting tired. Yes, I may seem like I am giving up and throwing in the towel. But God is telling us, you and I, again, do not be afraid. I am with you. I love statements like this, because when you say it, even when you pause a little bit, just a little bit, and say it inwardly with a lot of confidence, that you know what? Mentioning your name, I, Wairimu, know that the Lord will strengthen me. The Lord will help me. The Lord will shield me. He's telling me that do not be afraid. Try that today. Try this morning to just say that verse with a lot of confidence, and don't say it to tell someone else. Here's me telling you to be a preacher to yourself. I am telling you this morning to go ahead and tell your inner self, you know what? Do not be afraid. How does that feel when you do it? How does that feel when you speak to the inner self, the person that feels like he's tired? Talk to that person this morning. Remind him or her the promises of God concerning your life. And His promises are yes and amen. He goes ahead and promises us that He will shield us. Tell that person that He will shield us. He will guide us. He will strengthen us. He's telling us not to be afraid, for He will help us. He will not forsake us. I love that. He will not forsake you and I. He will guide us. He will watch His word to come into fruition. He will make sure His words don't go back to Him void. And these are the words that Lord has told us this morning, that as He's going before the battle for you, as He is leading you, as He's holding your hand, He's going to go even before the activities of your day, because He is a mighty warrior who saves us. He saves us. God is our mighty warrior. He is our armor. He is our protector. He is our shield. So hold on that this beautiful morning. Hold on the promises of God this morning. Hold on it steadfastly. And remember this beautiful morning. Do not be afraid. Please let us know where you're watching us from. Let us know where you're getting us from. And when you do so, let us know. Is there any mountain that you feel has been too high on you? So as you do so, go ahead and proclaim on that mountain that God will level it. God will level every single mountain for his name's sake. Not for my sake, not for any other thing, but for God's name's sake. And he watches his word, ensures that it doesn't go back to him void. This morning I've been blessed, and even as we are about to take our break, I hope and I pray that you will hold on it in your day activities today, that God will go before you. Let's take a sip of water, and after that we will be back. Thank you.
We may be knocked down, but we are never knocked out. J.B. Phillips. Sometimes in life there are catastrophes that overwhelm us. Hard Pressed but Not Crushed by Reverend Elijah Mwangi is a book that will encourage you not to break under the weight and pressures of this world. To get this book, contact 0722-487-121 at 500 Kenyan shillings. That is 0722-487-121 at 500 Kenyan shillings. Literacy is a bridge from misery to hope. God bless you.
Truth TV, empowering you.
Very much welcome. I hope you're still here. I hope you have not touched your dial. Now, on our second segment, we want to dive into the inspiration video. And I hope as this inspiration video is coming right on your screen, it's going to bless you, and it's going to turn your life, and it's going to make your eyes have a different perspective of life, have a different perspective of yourself, and make you and propel you for greater heights. I hope your pens and your books are ready for this. See you after it.
If you want to start to feel happy, it starts with you wanting to feel happy. We like to sit and dwell. We like to sit in our own sadness. Make sure you're spending time every single day, whether it's 15, 20 minutes, whether it's an hour, 2 hours. Take time to allow your mind separation from the stresses of your day. If you expect to fail, you will fail. On the other hand, if you expect to win, you will win. And he's right, because doctors and psychologists, both alike, they agree that worrying actually does shorten your life, and it does damage your body. We need to clear our thinking before we go to sleep. We're talking about a book that Norman Vincent Peale wrote, The Power of Positive Thinking. Let's kick this off with golden nugget number 1, creating your own inner happiness. That you are responsible for your own happiness. Because unhappiness is usually the byproduct of you thinking sad thoughts, you having these negative feelings, you having resentment towards others, and just having an overall crappy outlook on life. So if you think those things, what do you think is going to happen? You have to force yourself to not think those negative thoughts. Peale says we have to get into the happiness habit by thinking upbeat, cheery thoughts throughout the day. We like to sit and dwell. We like to sit in our own sadness. I don't like to do that, but I just know that sometimes my brain forces me to do that, and I don't know why. So I have to force myself to not do that. I have to put on upbeat music. I have to go do something productive. I have to get in the gym. I have to go hang around friends that are going to make me laugh. And it's tough. At first, it doesn't feel right. It feels like you're forcing it because you are forcing it. but eventually it starts to make you feel better. There are miracles happening all around you. There is beauty all around you. Open your eyes and look. Can you see the sun shining? Great. Can you hear the birds chirping? Great. Can you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin? Awesome. There's simple beauties all around us. If you want to start to feel happy, it starts with you wanting to feel happy. So short circuit those negative thoughts. And when you start to feel bad, when you start to find yourself gossiping, feeling guilty, feeling angry, feeling whatever it is you're feeling that's negative, turn that around. Force yourself to think positively, do positive things. And while it doesn't feel right at first, keep going. You're on the right path. Golden nugget number 2, the antidote to anxiety. Is that people waste a lot of their time, a lot of their energy fuming and fretting about things that they cannot control. Go back to Covey's principle. Circle of concern, circle of influence. Focus only on those things in the circle of influence. Everything else in the circle of concern, you can't control. You can't affect that. So move on. Don't allow your mind to just spend time in that space. You're wasting your mind's energy. So as part of this antidote to anxiety, Peel says that we need to slow down to relieve our anxiety and to attain peace. And he suggests meditation. He suggests that we devote at least 15 minutes daily to calming and relaxing ourselves by thinking peaceful thoughts, or not thinking anything at all. So something he shares in the book is to help get rid of the tendency to worry and get angry, we need to relax and spend a few minutes thinking about beautiful, peaceful settings, hearing the birds chirping, feeling the sun on our face, all these things that I was talking about before, where it's just a matter of you actually thinking that in your mind. Wherever you are, if you're at work, if you're in your house, it doesn't matter, or close your eyes and open your mind to maybe a place where you were on vacation before. And go there for 15 minutes. Smell the smells, feel what the sand feels like on your feet, feel yourself plunging into the ocean. So the antidote to anxiety, it's all about clearing your mind. However you choose to do that, make sure you're spending time every single day. Whether it's 15, 20 minutes, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, if you're working out at the gym, whether you're doing yoga, whether you're going to cycling class, whatever, take time to allow your mind separation from the stresses of your day. Golden nugget number 3, expect the best. If you expect to fail, you will fail. On the other hand, if you expect to win, you will win. So, what seeds are you planting in your mind? Are you planting seeds of positivity or seeds of negativity? Guess what? Your life is going to give you back more of that. Are you planting seeds of, doubt and, I'm not going to make this work, or something bad is going to happen? If you're planting seeds of that, guess what you're going to get? More of that. Start focusing on the positive. Start focusing on how things can go right. And guess what? When things go wrong, say, there's a lesson in that for me. Because life doesn't happen to me, it happens for me. So everything that's happening is there to teach me a lesson. This isn't a setback, it's a set up. This thing that's really bad, it happened for a reason. I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to get better. Golden nugget number 4, worry not. And he's right, because doctors and psychologists, both alike, they agree that worrying actually does shorten your life. And it does damage your body. We need to clear our thinking before we go to sleep. And we need to imagine our worries flowing out of our body like water out of a glass. So don't think that my path is the right path. No. This path is good for me. I replaced worry with hope by putting together goals. I put together 3 goals: a financial related goal, a health related goal, and a professional related goal. Something that what I was going to do with my life. And back in the day when I was going through those stresses, I was worrying a lot. I was having a tough time sleeping. I was having chest pains. My heart was palpitating all the time. And I really just could not get, a high level of satisfaction in life. And, if you were saying on a scale of 1 to 8, Ryan, again, 9s and 10s are reserved for very special times in our lives that seldom happen. I was sitting at a 4 consistently, where I would wake up and I'd all of a sudden feel the stresses of the day. I would pass between 3 and 4 all the time. So what I did was to replace that worry, that anxiety, that fear. I built myself a plan that gave me hope, goals that gave me hope, something that got me excited, something that I wanted to work towards, something I wanted to achieve, because I knew that if I did, it would get me out of this mess and my life would be better as a result. Golden nugget number 5, problem solving. I had problems that I needed solutions to. I had desires, I had wants, I had dreams, I had goals that I needed a solution to. The Crap Show was a solution. Create Your 8 was a solution. But what I did need to do was take myself out of the busyness of the day and allow my mind to sort of free up and look for inspiration all around me. And know that whatever solution I'm looking for, it's going to come to me. And this is where in this golden nugget in the book where Peele talks about, problem solving, he gives us 10 problem solving techniques, which many of them I believe with. The first one, believe that for every problem there is a solution. So yes, believe that your problem can be solved. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, you don't have a solution right now, but there is a solution. And oftentimes there's more than one. 2, try to maintain your serenity as you address a problem. So don't feel anxious. Don't try to get angry and say, I'm not getting this. I don't understand. No. You need to be calm. You need to be hopeful that there's going to be a solution to this problem. Number 3, don't try to force an answer. Don't try to say oh my God, I need an answer by Saturday at noon. If I don't get it by Saturday at noon, then it's too late. Sometimes you can't force it. Life often happens for you. And so you just need time for that to reveal itself to you. Number 4, gather all relevant information. Pretty simple. Do as much research as possible. Number 5, write down all facts about the situation. Again, get understanding for the problem, what's going on. You need to get clarity on the problem so you can get clear on what solutions you need to solve it. Number 6, spend time praying about the issue you are confronting. Listen, if you're praying about it, that's fine. If you're not praying about it, maybe you're thinking about it. Always make time to think about it. When you're walking in nature, yes, take time to think in nature and allow your mind to flow. But when you separate yourself from the stresses, the anxieties, the busyness of the day, allow your time to think about solutions. Number 7, believe in and seek God's guidance on the promise of the 73rd Psalm, "Thou wilt guide me by thy counsel." If you believe in the religious aspect of that will talk to you. That necessarily doesn't talk to me. So I maybe won't be using that one. Number 8, rely on your inner gifts of insight and intuition. There's things that we believe we should do, and then there's things that we know we should be doing. So you got to listen to yourself, and it takes time. It does take time. It takes patience. It takes some maturity for you to realize what you're great at. And sometimes you're doing something just to make a living, just because it's my job, it's my career, it's what I believe I'm great at. But you have other gifts within you that maybe you're not exploring yet, that you should be. Number 9, attend religious services where you can and listen peacefully and let your subconscious work on the problem. Again, you can go to church or you can just go for walks. I love going for walks, period. I'll put music on my ears and allow myself to think. Pretty simple. Number 10, the answer that develops in your mind or comes to pass is the right answer. So I just allowed the thoughts that came in my mind. Whenever I had a thought, an inspired thought, I wrote it down on my phone. Pulled up my phone, opened up the notepad, and just wrote it down. At the end of the day, I would think about it, ponder on it, say, you know what, this idea is something I want to go further into and dig deeper into that. That's exactly how this show happened. That's exactly how Create Your 8 happened. And it's exactly how you're going to find solutions to your problems. Last but not least, golden nugget number 6, how to handle heartache. Now, everybody at some point in their life experiences heartache, and it's tough. And so Peele says that for us to get over heartache, we need to resist the heartache by staying busy. So if you're getting a divorce from your husband or your wife, if you just broke up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, if you just lost a loved one, if a loved one passed away, a friend, a family member, doesn't matter who it is. He says that in order for you to get through it, you need to stay busy. You need to return to your normal activities as soon as possible after a loss or a defeat. And you need to resist the temptation to brood and feel sorry for yourself. I got to get back to work. I got to get back to my goals. Get back in the gym. Get back to eating right. Get back to hanging out with my friends, my family, listening to the music that I was listening to. We have to return to life. But sometimes we just have to be sad, and we have to work our way through it. But the key here is to not allow your mind to dwell on it for too long. That's not handling heartache. That's allowing heartache to take control of you and to win.
much welcome for the from the inspiration video. And my nuggets of wisdom has challenged me. The inspiration video has challenged me, and it has reminded me that I have the power of even speaking positively to myself. I hope you too has taken a nugget or two for your own benefit. To not worry, to replace worry with hope until you become what you want to become. I love that. I love it so much. How about we dive into the second segment, and it shall be coming right in, where we will learn about the nutritions and what not to do with our bodies. See you after the break.
Hey there, welcome back to the Morning Uplift show with me, your host, Mercy Protas. It is the 10th of October 2024, and right here in Kenya, we are celebrating a happy Mazingira Day. So we are wishing you a happy Mazingira Day. For this particular segment, we are talking about health and wellness, and particularly today we'll be looking at nutrition essentials or nutrition basics. And right here in studio is a wonderful, wonderful guest. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you? Awesome. Karibu sana. So we can start off by you introducing yourself to our audience. That is your camera.
Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning viewers. I'm Doris Njoro, a clinical nutritionist. We are working in a health facility, and I'm a consultant at individual level, so I'm a nutrition coach.
Okay, we are having a bit of a technical issue and we are not able to hear Doris. So let's help us to work on it. But at the moment, we just, ensured, or rather we completed our devotion of the day. And right today, we are talking about righteous living. And we got to read on Psalms chapter 37, verse 25. And we got to see that I have been young and now old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So we got to see that, it is actually possible to live a righteous life and still be wealthy. But for now, we want to continue with our third segment of the day. I believe you'll be able to hear Doris. Hi, Doris.
Hi, Mercy.
Okay, karibu sana. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe you can introduce yourself to our audience. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning viewers. It's a beautiful morning. My name is Doris Njiro, a clinical nutritionist. I work in a health facility, and it's my pleasure to have you here. Let's interact. Yeah, I'm also a nutrition coach, a consultant at individual level.
Okay,
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
So when it comes to nutrition, maybe someone might be wondering, na hii nutrition ni nini? So maybe we can first start off by you helping us to understand what that is.
Yeah, nutrition is a process where we take in food, food, and it is absorbed, it is digested, absorbed, and also assimilated, and then we get to have the nutritional nutrients we need for growth, for energy. Yeah.
Okay, so as a nutritionist, you help us to now understand what exactly we need to take.
Yeah, I help you to understand according to your health status, your lifestyle, how you're supposed to feed, the portions, what is the right time to eat, and so that you can have a healthy living, because your health needs health nutrition.
Yeah,
yes.
So it even includes a specific time to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So let's come to the general basics about nutrition. What are the basic nutrients that a person or a healthy human being needs daily? And we can also talk about the intake of it, and also why exactly are they important?
Okay, in our body is not able to maybe to have itself the nutrients that someone needs. So we have to feed so that the body can get the energy and everything that it needs for growth and brain growth and everything. So what happens is we have to take in something that includes carbohydrates for energy. You know, your body needs fuel.
Yeah.
It's like a car. Your body is like a car, so you need fuel. You need fuel for your brain. You need to fuel your growth and everything. So you have to take carbohydrates. They act like fuel in our body. They give us energy. You have to take proteins.
Yeah.
And for proteins, we have animal proteins like meat, white meat and red meat. Then we have to take other proteins like plant proteins.
Okay.
We have the legumes. Yes. So the proteins help in muscle building.
Okay.
They help in repair of worn-out tissues. So let's say like if your car breaks, you need to take it to a mechanic.
A mechanic, yeah.
So the proteins act like mechanic in your body. So they repair the worn out tissues in case there is injury or anything. You need healthy fats. Yeah, you need healthy fats for energy also.
Yeah.
And you also need water. You need to hydrate. So those are essential nutrients you need, the vitamins, the minerals. They boost your immunity, so they prevent you to get infections and all that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned healthy fats.
Yeah.
So the unhealthy fats.
Yes.
Help us understand the difference.
Okay, the healthy fats, we have said fats are good for energy.
Yeah.
And also we need to know what fats are we supposed to take.
Okay.
Remember, there is fats from vegetables and also there are fats from nuts. The avocados, they have very healther fats, but the unhealthy fats especially from animal proteins, mostly they accumulate in the inner lining of internal organs, in the blood vessels. Then they lead to getting lifestyle diseases like pressure. Yeah. So the heart attack and everything. So we have to take healthy fats.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for helping us to understand that. So when it comes to a day-to-day, routine or a schedule, how can people just make sure they are incorporating those basic, carbohydrates, proteins, and vitamins each and every day, making sure there's that balance? Because I think most of the people tend to overdo maybe carbohydrates, less of proteins. So you're just helping us understand that ratio.
Okay, for you to ensure that you take all the nutrients you need, you have to diversify. You have to do the food diversity.
Okay.
You eat different types of food.
Yeah.
And I usually tell people, there are food groups. You are supposed to take food from the 10 food groups. There are 10 food groups.
Okay.
But because you can't keep them in mind, how those food groups, how many they are and what they are. So you have to play with colors. You should color your plate.
Yeah.
Make sure that your plate has a white color, has an orange color. Your plate has a green color. Your plate has a yellow color. So that will make you diversify the foods. Yes, because the white, it means maybe it has the carbohydrates in them. Like most carbohydrates you find they are white in color.
Yeah.
Then there are orange and yellow, which have maybe vitamins, especially vitamin A and C. We have the green color, mostly it has the iron in them. So they also have vitamins in them. So you should just make sure you color your plate.
You color your plate.
Yeah. When you color your plate, then you are able to get enough nutrients from that food. Yet it will always be a balanced diet. If the your food throughout the day, maybe you've taken 4 to 5 colors. Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure you plan. You also plan ahead. You plan for your feeds. You make sure that every time you need to eat, you eat different type of food. Yes.
You mentioned that there are 10. What is it again? The name?
With the
Groups.
10 food groups.
Food groups.
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe you can walk us through those 10 food groups.
Okay. For you to understand the 10 food groups, they are put into groups because we need to take around 4 to 5 or above.
Yeah.
In a day.
Okay.
So mostly we have number one, they are the starches.
Okay.
We have eggs. We have meat and other, maybe red and white meat.
White meat, yeah.
Yeah, they belong to one food group.
Okay.
We have the greens, the dark green leafy vegetables.
Vegetables, yeah.
And we have other vegetables which are not green. We don't include them in green vegetables.
Yeah,
So it is a group by itself, like the cabbages. Then we have vitamin C and A-rich fruits. So those are mostly the orange ones and the yellow ones. Then we have other fruits. Other fruits are like the apples. We don't include them in vitamin A and C rich fruits. Then we have legumes.
Okay.
They are called pulses. Are they 10?
You've mentioned that
we have dairy products.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another food group. Yes.
So you mentioned about, having, there's a difference between cabbage and the dark green. So does that mean they also have different nutrient capacities between the two?
Yeah. The green vegetables, the dark green leafy vegetables, especially the kienyeji ones, the spinach, the kales, mostly they are very rich in iron. Iron is a very important nutrient in our body. It helps in formation of blood. So we need iron in our body. So mostly they have a lot of iron. Then the cabbages, they have more of phytochemicals. They help in fighting the toxins in our body.
Okay,
Yes.
makes sense. Thank you for helping us understand.
Okay.
Do you think, could you tell us, are there any misconceptions, especially when it comes to nutrition, and that you'd love to help us understand and just debunk on them?
Okay, I think most people think that there are foods that are not important in our body. You find that someone is saying, matumbo, unakula matumbo, inasaidia na nini? Unakula cabbage, hiyo haina anything. Like, you have to understand every food has its own importance. It has its own importance in our body. The nutrients that they have play different roles in our body. So we need all the food items. We need to take all the food items. Sometimes you find some meats like usipe mtoto mayai before sijui 1 year. Usipe mtoto maziwa like after even 1 year. After even 1 year, people don't even recommend. Don't give milk. They have their own needs. But it's good to give babies and everyone the nutrients that they need. You only need to take caution. If you are not supposed to give milk below 1 year, then well and good. After 1 year, you are supposed to give the milk because they have essential nutrients for the baby, for the growth. So you just have to listen to a qualified personnel so that you can know what to take, what not to take. Yes.
True, I agree. And just coming from a point where you have information, you are knowledgeable about what helps you to, you won't make those mistakes.
True.
Yeah. So you also mentioned about, different, when we're talking about the misconceptions, you mentioned that there are people who actually think that there are certain foods people don't give to their babies at a certain age. So let's come to, having a balanced diet. Do we have different ranges when it comes to having a balanced diet? Does it range from, a normal adult or does it also range to an old person, and also does it range even when it comes to babies?
So for balanced diet, mostly it's for everyone. When the baby starts feeding at 6 months, they are supposed to take a balanced diet.
Okay.
And we usually say, don't think out of the box. Whatever you usually take in is what the baby can take in. So the only thing that changes is the texture. So you
Okay.
have to modify food to an extent where the baby can be able to feed. So just modify it. Whatever you take in, a normal person takes in, a baby can take, an old person can take. The only thing that changes is the amount and the texture.
And the texture.
Yes,
Okay.
you just need to modify
Yeah.
so that they can be able to take in and absorb and everything
Okay.
for the body to digest. Yes.
Yeah. And so when it comes to maybe an old person who is 70 going up, is it also different? Like there are different intakes of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins. Is it different from the normal adult?
Yeah, sure. It is different. The food is the same, but you have to modify the food.
Okay.
To maybe add, because they can't take in a lot. Remember, they are not active.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the sedentary lifestyle, they are not able to be active. You have to maintain their energy, caloric needs in a day. So you don't have to overfeed them. And what you're supposed to do, just give them enough food and a balanced one with you enrich the food.
Okay.
Because sometimes they don't get enough of the food. So when you enrich the food, then they will get enough nutrients and enough energy. So nutrients dense, energy dense. Yes.
Okay.
Just give them nutrient dense, energy dense food.
Okay. Okay, maybe you can help us clarify on that.
Nutrient dense is food that is having different types of nutrients in it.
Okay.
So it is maybe small amount,
Okay.
but with a lot of nutrients in
Okay.
them. But energy dense is small food, but with a lot of energy in it. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for helping us understand on that. When it comes to, the special dietary needs across the different people, how can someone with specific dietary restrictions, e.g. probably they're gluten-free or they're vegan, they can ensure that they also get adequate nutrition without compromising on one thing or another?
Okay. For those with maybe conditions, maybe health issues, some of them, they need supplementation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that they can meet their needs, because you find like someone with osteoporosis is whereby your bone density is not accurate. Like, what can I say? Like, there's deficiency in calcium.
Okay.
So what they need is, most of them, they need supplementation. There are also other people who have maybe iron deficiency, they need supplementation. So supplementation is important to a certain level where according to person's needs. So the other thing is, for food diversity, you have to make sure you give them different types of food.
Okay.
So that maybe they will get the nutrients that the person needs. You have to look for advice from a qualified personnel on how you're supposed to feed because of your condition. Maybe you have hypertension, diabetes. There are some foods you're supposed to be restricted from, and there are some foods that you are supposed to add in your food. So you have to look for a personnel that can make you understand what you're supposed to eat and at what time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we also live in a space where mental health has become a top crucial matter and issue in our society. So how does nutrition actually impact mental health and cognitive function? Also in the same question, you can talk to us about people who turn to food as a remedy to help also their mental health. How do they, probably, is it healthy, number one? And how do they also get out of it if it is not healthy for them?
Okay. So mental issue is a big problem in our country nowadays.
Yeah.
Many people are going through a lot, and some of them tend to think like overeating and eating unhealthy will help them because stress can make you eat a lot of unhealthy food, or it can make you not to eat at all. So if your mental health, you're not stable, maybe you're not stable mentally, just look for someone you can talk. There are psychologists everywhere because they need to guide you on what to do. If it's the appetite you don't have, we have fruits. You can take fruits, they can give you appetite. If it's eating unhealthy, just make sure you plan for your feeding. Have a feeding program. And don't go against it. Just have self-discipline. Have self-discipline. Plan ahead to avoid going for last choices, like last minute choices. Which are maybe, let me say, they are very unhealthy.
Okay.
You find yourself, saindo nimesikia njaa. Let me go for chips. Kuna nini zinauzwa hapa? Let me go for it. So just make sure you plan ahead. Plan for your day. Morning, I will take this, a snack, and maybe lunch, a snack, supper. What am I going to eat? So if you plan, then you won't go for unhealthy food.
And you also won't divert spare.
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned about, as you're speaking, you mentioned about having, of course, there are different intervals of eating. So is there a particular healthy way of having those different intervals? Because I think most of us know kuna breakfast, lunch. Maybe people will have actually evening tea and then dinner. Also, you can talk to us, how do those intervals come in, the right time, and talk to us about the right timings of eating foods, the right intervals.
Okay. Feeding, it depends with your health condition.
Okay.
For a normal person, you're supposed to take your breakfast, a heavy breakfast. Actually, you're supposed to take more food during, in the morning.
In the morning,
Yeah. And in the morning, just eat well because you're going to fuel your body. Ahead of you there is a lot of activities waiting for you, so just fuel yourself in the morning very well.
So that means more carbohydrates?
It doesn't really mean more carbohydrates, but most of us find ourselves taking tea and bread, then we go, or tea and bread and maybe a fruit, then we go. We are supposed to eat. Just take your meal, a full meal.
A heavy meal,
a heavy meal. Then around before midday, you're supposed to take something. Remember, you need energy.
Okay.
You need energy, and the work that is ahead of you, you don't know how it is. So just if you feel like, just go with your body. Are you feeling hungry? Not to know you are supposed to know how your body responds to anger, that is, and also you're supposed to know how it responds to fullness.
Okay.
So if you're full, you're not supposed to take anything. If you feel hungry, then you can take something. It is not a must you take a snack. It depends with your body. The other thing is lunch. You're not supposed to skip any meal, remember, not unless your health practitioner has said so. So for lunch, you're supposed to take, but not as heavy as the breakfast. For the snack before supper, also you can take, depending on how you feel. Are you hungry or not? So just take depending on your body. Then at night you're supposed to take little amount of food because you're going to rest, your body is not working, everything is just relaxing. So to avoid things like being overweight and everything, avoid eating late hours and avoid eating a lot at night.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Does your eating pattern also vary with the kind of work you do?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're active, then it means you'll increase number of times you'll eat. You don't have to increase the amount, but you can increase the number of times you're taking your feeds.
Yeah.
If you are sedentary, you are not working, maybe you're not very active, you're supposed to take very little amount of food. Don't over snack also, because when you over snack, then it means you are going to add extra weight. There comes maybe obesity, and it triggers other lifestyle diseases. Yes, most of us, we find ourselves, mostly when we work at offices, we have snacks, we have, soda and everything. A lot of unhealthy snacks.
Right.
Make sure you snack healthy, actually. Make sure you snack healthy. Yeah. So depending on the work you do, it matters a lot on how amount of food you take. Yes.
When you say snacking healthy, that means you also watch out for what you're eating or also in the intake.
Yeah, because most of the snacks we usually buy, we find ourselves buying very sugary snacks, fatty snacks, those with high sodium. So like crisps, soda, we find ourselves buying sodas, biscuits, cakes. Just find some nuts to eat. Just find a fruit to eat. Yeah, just snack healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Allow me to read some of the comments that are coming in. Kevin Koima says, good morning to you, Kevin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stella Kamaru says, how do you color your plate? Maybe you can go back to that. Also, Kevin Koima asks, what are probiotics and prebiotics? Yeah, 2 questions.
Okay, let me go to how do we color our plates. So how we color our plates is by making sure our food in the plate, we have a white color, we have maybe a red color, we have an orange color, we have a green color. So by coloring our plates, we will find that we take different nutrients from that plate.
Yeah.
So every time you are feeding, make sure your plate is not only one color or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like example, when you are eating and you have maybe ugali and cabbage and red meat, that plate has only 2 colors.
Okay.
The white and the red. Yes, because the cabbage has a white color and the ugali has a white color. So we need another color in that plate. Maybe add some greens.
Okay.
Yes. So that at the end of the day, you get enough nutrients. You get the nutrients that we need for growth, for muscle building, for repair of tissues, for boosting immunity. So you need to just to color your plate.
Okay.
The fruits you take, make sure they are different colors. The vegetables you take, they are different colors. The legumes you take have different colors. That's how you will make yourself eat from maybe 4 to 5 food groups in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that clarity. Another question is coming. How can individuals with dietary restrictions like allergies ensure they are still getting necessary nutrients? Also, Kipratish Langat says, very nice topic. Kuinama na maji hapo kwa lunch iko na effects. Yeah.
Okay. So for those with allergies, you should find a practitioner to tell you what specific allergy you have, so that they can find an alternative of that food. If it's eggs, maybe you have allergies to eggs, there are other proteins you can take.
Okay.
If you have allergy to maybe red meat, you have other alternative. So you just have to look for a nutritionist, a qualified clinical nutritionist, so that you can know what to eat, the alternative, because every food has an alternative. Yeah. The other question was?
He's saying kuinama na maji hapo kwa lunch iko na effect. I think he means when you don't eat, then you just drink water for lunch.
No, that's not healthy. Actually, you are supposed to take water for hydration, yes. It's good to take water, but now you have to feed your cells so that they can work, they need energy.
Yeah.
So just take some food. I think anainama na maji sababu hakuna pesa, hakuna kakitu. But at least find something.
At least find something.
Even if it's snacking, but snack healthy. Yeah, remember to snack healthy. So kukunywa maji or drinking water is hydration is very nice. It will help you in digestion, it will help you in skin health, it will help you in excretion of maybe toxins and everything. So drinking water is healthy, but also eat. Don't inama.
Okay. So on that very same matter of water, is it, yes, it's healthy to drink water, but also is it also unhealthy to drink too much water? Is there a place where we get to say, you've drunk a bit too much water, or what are the levels?
Okay. The drinking of water depends on your health condition.
Okay.
And also your weight matters when it comes to drinking water. So we give an average of 1.5 to 2 liters a day, considering that everyone, whether you're overweight or underweight, you're supposed to drink at least in between 1.5 to 2 liters.
2 liters.
But you can exceed. There is nothing wrong with exceeding taking water, taking in water. But for those with high blood pressure and heart conditions, maybe they have edema, most of them will limit the water intake.
Okay.
So it depends with input, the output. So you have to know your health condition so that you don't take a lot of water, then it brings more problems. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for that.
Also the environment.
Okay.
The environment matters.
Yeah.
In dry places where there's maybe it is very hot, you find you're supposed to take more water than the person from places where it is very cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for that. Kevin Koima asks, what kind of diet should someone who wants to gain weight use?
Okay, for you to gain weight, you need high protein, high calorie diet.
Okay.
Yeah, you need high protein, high calorie diet. And gaining weight is a process. It depends with your metabolism also. So when you want to gain weight, make sure that you have the right person to advise you. Some need supplements so that they can gain easily. So it depends. So high energy, high protein diet will help you add weight.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'd really love to go on, but due to time constraints, allow us to wrap up this conversation. Do you have any parting shots towards the same, and maybe you can talk to our audience?
Okay. So as we have said, we are supposed to eat healthy. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Eating healthy will help you to avoid getting lifestyle diseases and other health conditions that will maybe be harmful to your body. So make sure you eat healthy, make sure you snack healthy, make sure you hydrate, because hydrating will give you the body will be able to digest, to assimilate food, to absorb, and also to excrete the toxins So make sure you hydrate, make sure you do exercise. Exercise is very important, at least 30 minutes in a day, in 24 hours. So do exercise at your home. Is it skipping ropes? Is it walking? Is it running? Is it aerobics? So make sure you have exercise, you do exercise or physical activities. Yeah. Make sure you have a practitioner who will guide you on what to eat depending on your health condition, and also when to eat, and make sure you also go and search for information. You need to search for information, get knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Doris.
Okay, welcome.
It was amazing having you on set today, and thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge on nutrition with us.
Thank you, Mercy.
Yes, we have just had Madam Doris on set today, and she has talked to us about nutrition basics and nutrition essentials. We do hope that you have learned a whole lot on the very same thing. Tomorrow we'll meet right here for the Morning Uplift Show with me, host Mercy Protest. But for now, we want to wish you a blessed day ahead and happy Mazingira Day. Kwaheri, and may God bless you.